Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. There's a number of cop haters on my channel, and some that are just cop dislikers, but this is going to go out to my brothers and sisters in blue. It's kind of a follow-up on what I was talking about on the last video regarding car stops and such. Clearly, it's war on cops. I mean, there's a number of the number of ambushes has increased. You know, not to get too political, but this is, I put this entirely in the lap of Obama, Holder, the mayor of New York, and all of the liberals that continue to push lies like hands up, don't shoot. You know, fucking Brown never had his hands up, never said don't shoot. Totally fabricated, but what the fuck do facts have to do with anything in the mind of a liberal? I want to reiterate, in case you missed the last video, you know, a couple of things you can do, things that you already know, but I'm going to remind you because I care about you. On traffic stops, unass that fucking vehicle faster than lightning. Now, my LAPD brothers and sisters are pretty good at that. I've never seen, and you know, and this is not, I'm not putting down any other department, but all you got to do is a YouTube search of dash cam police video shootouts, and you will see that there's a number of departments out here that clearly haven't emphasized that. You see, the last one I just saw yesterday was, you know, some male and female officer. You don't see them, but you see the vehicle they stopped, and they must sit there for like fucking 3 minutes. I don't know if they're waiting for the plate to come back or what. But the dude gets tired of waiting and jumps out with an AK-47. They ended up killing him, but he got a lot of rounds off. One of them might have been injured. Doesn't matter for the purposes of this video. I don't care what department you're in. If you're patrolling the streets of Mayberry RFD and you stop fucking Otis, the town drunk, get the fuck out of that car. There is, you need to embed that in your memory. There is no reason, there's no tactical reason or common sense reason whatsoever to sit in that vehicle once the vehicle has come to a stop. And if the violator is out of that vehicle before you fucked up, my friend. I don't care if it's pouring rain or if you're in a blizzard, get the fuck out of that car. If you're working a two-man vehicle, your partner ought to be out before you, because you still got to put the car in park. Something you need to remember, I know you know this, but I'm going to remind you anyways. You are, by the nature of your position, behind the time curve in everything that you do. The dude that just ran the red light is a traffic violator in your mind, and now you're already fucked up. Because what you don't know is you don't know he's got the fucking body in the trunk, or, you know, 6 fucking felony warrants stretched out across the country. He's a fucking mass murderer from Canada. You don't know. So you have got to assume that he has bad intentions for you. And, you know, the stakes are higher now than ever. You know, we've gone through periods when I was a cop on, you know, quote-unquote war on cops. And, you know, come on, man, we've never been popular. Not a whole lot of people waving at the police. But if you wanted to be waved at, you would have been a fireman, right? I'm looking at this giant fucking bird sitting on a bunch of rocks on the edge of the river. He's going to take off. It's fucking cool. Hang on. Let's see if I can get this. Caw! It's like a big old crane. See him? I don't know if you guys can see him or not. Down here. You're pretty brave. If you're still there when I come back, I'm having you for lunch. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't hurt an animal. Oh, there's some people coming up behind me. Hang on. Back with you. There's some loud trucks in the background. Blowing leaves or something. I don't know. Anyways, where was I? Oh, it's hard to get your mind right after a 15-minute break. Okay. So you want to get out of that vehicle. I mean, the next time you're riding in your patrol car, your black and white, whatever, cruiser, whatever you guys call yours, just take a good look around the interior. And imagine your brain's blowing all over that fucking thing, or your partner's brain's in your lap. That shit happens. It happened in New York. Listen. It's unnecessary. It doesn't need to happen. You can't stop somebody from sniping at you. I understand that. But In the case of those two that were eating lunch, they should have been eating that lunch on the hood of their car, like I elaborated on in my last video dealing with police tactics. That hood of the car is your office. If you want to write reports, go to the station and write them. Do not sit in the car. The car's a death trap. You guys follow? Good. And if there's anybody here that thinks that the windows or the car doors are going to stop you or deflect bullets, pack your shit up and get out of here. My father brought up a good point. He said something to the effect of, I'll bet you people in the academy right now, police academies all over the country, are having second thoughts, or their families are really concerned because of this bullshit anti-cop period we've been pushed into. You know, I thought about that. Listen, if you're contemplating a police career, or you are currently in the academy, or you're on probation somewhere, you need to do some serious soul searching. I mean, if you are not ready to fucking push back against evil with everything you have and everything you've been trained with, then it's not the right career for you. You cannot allow, you owe this to your family, your loved ones, and yourself. You cannot, and the citizens who depend on you. You cannot allow yourself to hesitate taking lethal action when it's required, necessary, and justified because of the politics that are going on. Remember, the asshole who's going to try and kill you only has to think about one thing, and that's killing you. You've got to think about tactics. You've got to think about all this other shit. But if you catch yourself thinking about litigation or being the next guy that's, you know, the controversial white cop that gunned down an innocent black guy who was merely just robbing a liquor store, you're so far behind the time curve. Anyways, remember, the guy knows what he's going to do. He already has his plan. All you have to do is enforce whatever law it is or infraction that you're stopping him for. But you've also got to remain vigilant, ready, and capable of rising to the occasion should things go from a simple traffic stop or a domestic violence call to a lethal force situation. Wait, Charlie. Do not fall into that death trap of letting these fucking liberal cocksuckers win by causing you to second guess shit that you need to already fucking get. Look, man, if you're wearing that badge already, you already know your use of force policy. You know the law. Don't make it more complicated than it is. You do not have to wait until you're shot or injured to respond to a threat. You know, I'm pretty sure this is across the country. The standard for use of deadly force is reasonable fear of death or great bodily injury. You need to be proficient with your fucking weapon. You need to be very proficient with weapon retention. You know, these cocksuckers, I hear it all the time. Every day I hear this, oh man, you can't be, people are getting shot and they're unarmed. I don't give a fuck if they're unarmed. If they have my weapon because they took it from me or took it out of my holster, now they're armed. And I'm not. Unarmed people have killed more cops probably than armed people because they became armed. Follow? You need to do what you have to do to stay alive. You do shit with a good conscience and you do shit that's right and you still end up going to prison, which is entirely possible in this corrupt environment that we're living in now, where the president himself has turned against cops. Man, I don't know. It's a bad scenario, and I understand the fear of that. But if it becomes something that you're obsessing with, you need to get out of that career path. Seriously. To you civilians who have lingered around to see what I'm talking about, this is really more for you. Are there bad cops? Sure there are. Cops are a reflection of society, and if you want to see the condition of society, just go fucking look at your local news. You got fucking Cub Scout leaders horse fucking the Cub Scouts. You got fucking pedophiles all over the goddamn place doing their nasty shit, serial killers. You got fucking people who are cheating on their spouses. Their fucking vows mean nothing. Honor means nothing. Integrity, they don't even know what the fuck it means. The worse society gets, the worse the society's protectors are going to get. So that's not the fault of the decent cops. In spite of how low society has gotten and is going, Police officers and police work still produce the highest percentage of squared away people per capita. Meaning, you take 100 random citizens and probably 50% of them are assholes. You take 100 cops and you might have one or two, maybe, that are going to abuse their power. Then you're going to get the one, you know, cops have been arrested for every crime on the face of the earth. They're not angels. But if a cop comes up to you and doesn't tickle your testicles and, you know, pinch your cheeks and tell you how cute and special you are, if he's a little bit hard or harsh, just remember, the cops aren't paid to go out there and stroke you. You should be happy that the police are doing their job. Now, if they walk up to you and say, hey, motherfucker, and slap you in the fucking head for no reason and say, I don't like the clothes you're wearing, then take the necessary recourse and get an attorney and fucking push on through the system the right way, the legal way. But cops are not stopping you to make friends, okay? They don't know you. And if they assume that you're a good guy, they're probably going to end up in a fucking box sooner than expected. So, yeah, what can I say? It's not my job, nor do I have the ability to convince a bunch of people that want to hate a group of people. That'd be like me trying to talk people into not hating blacks or not hating fucking whites, you know? I mean, if you're already predispositioned to hating people, then you're the fucking problem. So back to my police officers. Practice your tactics. Remember everything you've been taught. Watch videos. If there's one thing I encourage you to do more than anything, it's when you're on your off time, go on YouTube or LiveLeak. I think LiveLeak's better for this. Search the internet for dash cam videos of cops being killed. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. The last gift a cop that gets killed on duty can give all of us is a chance to study his actions and correct mistakes that he might have made, he or she. You follow me? Don't let them die without giving that golden message to us. What did they do wrong if they could do it all over again? Yeah? If you're working an A car or a two-man car and you're on a traffic stop, passenger officer, keep your fucking eyes glued. Look around for fucking ambushes. Look around. Make sure you put the guy where you want him to go. If you turn on the lights and he leads you to a fucking around the corner and then to the left and the right, get on the PA system and tell him to fucking move up a block. You dictate where the stop is. Don't get sucked into shit. All right, you control the scene. They don't like it, tough shit. And passenger officer, you need to be watching every single fucking movement in that vehicle. Do you see a little movement in the back seat? Could be a dog, could be a cat, could be a fucking guy from Pelican Bay with an AK-47. You need to look at the driver's or the driver of the vehicle's shoulders. Are they dipping down? Is he making some kind of movement? You know, just make sure you communicate with your partner. Let them know what the fuck you see, yeah? You don't have to do every fucking traffic stop as a felony stop, but be thinking in your head that within a fucking nanosecond, you can turn it into that if that's where it needs to go. The suspect dictates what happens. After he makes his move, or he shows that he's a cop killer, or he wants to hurt you, everything's on him. You know, that's like Mike Brown. Hey man, you fucking are dead, dude, because of your own fucking choices. All right, and thank God the fucking poor cop is alive now without a job, and that's all politics, and I've gone through that enough. Anyways, just stay the fucking safe out. Look, 2015 is going to be a bitch because we still got old fuckhead in the White House. But do your best to stay safe and know that not everybody hates you. And by the way, who gives a fuck? If they hate you, fuck them. Treat people with respect. When you stop people, treat them the way you would want your mother stopped. And quite frankly, or a grandmother. If I had a grandmother that was getting stopped, I would want the cops to be safe for themselves and not motherfuck my grandma. You understand what I'm saying? LMS Tactical. Happy New Year. I'm out of here.